All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kahakwadash. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives and freedom to do so on more so than ever. May the calling of election be upon your house. And this man has taken down the inhabitants like a valiant man, as it says in Isaiah, I believe 20. It says that in Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10:13. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. And I have removed the bounds of the people, and I have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Right. And we talked about how our people are companions of thieves. It tells you that the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and destroy. And you would look at all of the rape, robbery, and murder. All right, the things that the man on the $20 bill did, Andrew Jackson, you will find out that that's none other than the so-called white man. All right, the Edomites. All right, it says, in my hand have found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one that gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. So the point that I'm trying to gravitate towards, just like they stole everything to get everything that they have right now, there's going to be a reversal of that. All right, there's going to be a reversal of them having everything that they have or everything that they took, meaning it's going to be taken from them, meaning they're going to have to relinquish these things. As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 10, in verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's right. Let's read that again. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another people. All right. So this place was founded upon iniquity, bloodshed. All right. It was founded upon unrighteous dealings. All right, and the Lord is going to pretty much take it out of the hands of the people, the earth out of the hands of the people, all right, who are running it now, the so-called white man, because it was established through riches by deceit. All right, all types of treaties that were made and broken, all types of deception, lies. All right, iconoclasm. All right, false images of the Lord, his prophets. That's how they built the society. Plantation Christianity and Renaissance paintings. All right, having the people believe that they are the Lord's people. Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. All right. So Isaiah 33:1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. When thou shalt cease to make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. You see? Let's read that again. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest. What does it mean to spoil? means to take. All right. When to spoil means to rob. All right. Some people look at the definition of the word spoil as to give somebody everything. All right. But another definition of the word spoil is to take everything. As a matter of fact, let's go look that definition up. Diminish, destroy the value of something, harm the character or of someone. Goods stolen or taken forcibly from a person or place. Okay? To loot, to booty, to plunder. Okay? The violent and dishonest acquisition of property, and that's America, Babylon the Great. Everything that the so-called white man has gotten. Thank you. Yeah, so to spoil means to goods stolen or taken forcibly from a person or place. To plunder, right? So the scripture says they covet fields and take them by violence. Was America not conquered through violence? All right, you had the Alamo, which was them fighting against the Mexicans, take over Texas and stuff. You had, the Native American Indian Wars, the Seminole Indian Wars. You had the Revolutionary War against the British. All right, this whole place is created through violence. You had the War of 1812. Then you had the Civil War, which was about keeping slavery and shit. And even after that, you had all types of burnings and destroying of Black Wall Street and setting up all of these red lines and everything to this very day to acquire. Even after World War II, they acquired a bunch of money because they make a bunch of money off these wars too. It's Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence. And that's exactly what they try to do to the Palestinians over there right now. That's what they've tried to do to those Afghanistanians and Iraq and all of that. It's pretty much they wanted to go over there to take their oil. Okay, because Iran, the reason why they have a problem with Iran is because Iran, they have a lot of oil, and they can make money through their oil. So what America does, they put sanctions on Iran and stop them from being able to sell oil, so that they don't have enough money to make nuclear weapons. Okay, but it says they covet fields and take them by violence, and that's what they want. They want to basically, their God is gold, oil, and drugs. You know, they want people's resource there. They've never made anything. Everything they plunder, they spoil. All right, that's why it's known as the colonization or the colonizers. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. That's right. So it's clear that this is what they've done. All right. When it comes to the court of law, it's very clear that this is something that they've done and they're guilty of. All right. So it says right here, Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that goes right into, all right, Revelation. It says, 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Because even though America is a big melting pot for you to shop and buy anything that you want from any store, right? They got pretty much everything here. All right, this is that great city is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. All right, because this place, everything that it has in it was stolen. All right, spoiled. Revelation 18 and 16. And saying, alas, alas, that great city. This is talking about America. America's not nothing but a great city. That's why they call people citizens. That was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold. That's talking about the magnificence of America. Like the fireworks, the whole Happy New Year and all of that. Okay, it's got that luxurious, lavish. This is the most expensive place in the world. All right, or at least perceived to be. All right, this place has been glorified. America has been glorified on another level. Having a house in goddamn Barbados don't match having a nice house in America. America's like the most lavish, luxurious looking place. Everybody wants to be here. So it says, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour is so great riches come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. And that's going to be by way of those nukes. Alright, those ICBMs. But America's import-export. So most of the things that you see here, it says made in China, made in Taiwan, made in Vietnam, made in Mexico, made in India. Everybody's getting rich off of the consumerism of America, because they refuse to build things in the house, U.S. made. It's cheaper to get labor. These big companies, they don't hire people from over here. They offshoot or offshore their jobs a lot of times, because a lot of these places have zero tax policies. That's how the rich use some of these other countries and these different other banks, all right, to keep themselves from having to pay taxes. So the rich pay little tax, but then the poor pay all the tax. All right. But as I was reading earlier, because of injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. This is Job 20 and 15. And here's the point. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that of which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. That's right, so he's going to lose everything. All right? Everything that he has is going to be destroyed, man. All right, because he's oppressed and oppressed the poor and taken away houses violently, which he didn't even build. Okay? Now let's go look up that word restitution. Because this earth was not even created for the white man to rule, for the caveman to rule. All right, this earth was created to be a glory unto Yahweh by Shema Shai, for us to rule, the righteous people. All right, the holy people, the holy dear children, the saints, to rule this earth, as it was predestinated and promised to Abraham, that his seed. All right, restitution, the restoration of something lost or stolen to its proper owner. Okay? And the proper owner is us Israelites. That's why I was reading that in even Esdras talks about that. Second Esdras 6:55. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people of also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. See, so the Lord made the world for us. He didn't make it for these heathens. He made it for his chosen people. All right? It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we thy people, whom thou call thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And it's not going to endure long, because the Lord is getting ready to shut this shit down. All right, and give it over to us. So I pray that the lesson was edifying. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.